man. Gotta put gas in my wife's vehicle before I head off to work. It is, what time it is? 3:49. It'll take me about 10 minutes to get this gas, and I can head on to work. Look, check this out. I want to make this video, right? Can I set this phone down? I don't like it. Look, check this out. I'll make this video. Like, look. Sleeping, look, I seen this video of a guy, right? He sent me this. There's another guy sent me the video. The guy that sent me the video was a single guy, and he was asking me, is this true? And how the video went, it was a skit, but this is how the video went. When it's a guy, he get off work. He get in the car, and he called his wife. Hey, baby, we're just trying to check on you, fixing to head home. And she like, oh, yeah, I can't wait for me to get home. I done cooked you some food, all this. He's like, I see you in about 15, 20 minutes. All right, then it go to the next clip. He get off work. Hey, baby, just trying to check on you, headed home. Yeah, what you call me for? Is the reason you called me? Like, what the video was showing you, let me put this doggone suit down. What the video was showing you was that he was showing you the different mood swings of a woman, right? And men have mood swings too. It's just women. Look, you have to understand and deal with your woman accordingly, right? See, I understand what will put my woman in one of her moods and what won't put it. I'm talking about a crabby mood. You know, boy, that grass looks good. The crabby mood swing. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the nice mood. I'm talking about the crabby stuff. I know what set her behind off and what don't set her off. Got her gas. I had stopped the phone and got the gas. So now I'm about to head to work, head to this job I don't feel like going to. Like I said, I know what set mine off and what don't set her off. Right? My woman is very emotional. So certain things you have to say a certain way to her. If not, she'll get in one of her mood swings. She'll either be sad or don't want to be bothered. And and what you have to understand is the way a man may deal with his woman, you can't deal with your woman that way, right? Some men are hard with their woman, some men aren't. So you have to understand how you're gonna deal with your woman, right? Now, some women will try and use this as a bully tactic as far as getting into their emotional mood swings. Now, in the beginning stages of my marriage, I would try to coddle my woman when she gets into one of her mood swings, right? But only thing you're doing then is enabling that person to be in and out of their mood swings. When you ask a woman what's wrong and she say nothing, don't sit there and try and figure out what is wrong. If she's an adult at the end of the day. When you say what's wrong, nothing. Take it as that. It's nothing. When you say, hey, what's wrong? She say nothing. Take it as that. It's nothing. And just move on. In the beginning, like I say, in the beginning stages of my marriage, you gotta understand, a lot of women have crabby mood swings. They don't want to be bothered, don't want to be touched. Man, is there something I'm doing? Like, what's wrong? Now, when they're in that mood, just leave them alone until you say, hey man, look, this was bothering me. Because then if you train your woman that way to, well, all I got to do is get in this crabby mood, and then he'll see what's wrong with me, and then it'll lead to the conversation that we need to have. Instead of just, hey, this was wrong, blah, 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 whatever. Every woman is going to go through their mood swing phase, some more than others. And it also depends on how many kids that you guys have, right? So you got to understand, me and my wife, we got 5 kids. We have 5 children, right? I've read so many posts where husbands or men exhaust themselves trying to figure out their woman's different mood swings. I've seen a lot, and this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why a lot of guys just kind of follow the woman's lead. I know a guy personally had his own 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. He get married to this girl. They have a couple of kids, and she no longer want to live there. And he's about to sell his house to go move into an apartment. You see how that doesn't make any sense? Because again, a woman's feelings is based off of emotions. Because she don't like the school system, we're gonna sell the house and move over here to a better school system and live in an apartment. One thing about rent constantly goes up. Rent don't stay the same like a fixed mortgage. The only thing changes on a fixed mortgage is your property taxes and insurance. That's gonna fluctuate no more than $250 a month. $300 the most. Like, that's gonna fluctuate up and down. Since I've been in my home, my mortgage, my payments have went up, down, middle, a little up. That's it. So, and it might, 2026, it might go up, but I stay 3 months ahead on my mortgage. So as of right now, my statement is reading the same. And, well, this truck acting a fool. Well, this truck acting a fool. You go ahead, cut right on up. I go buy something brand new. And what you have to understand is women don't see things how men see things. How do I turn my bright lights on? Shoot. Okay, I got them. Ali, now the truck making doggone noise. Hey, listen, what? The struggles of a poor man. The struggles of a poor man. He don't know if his vehicle gonna last. He is struggling behind. But look, man, look, flip all of this. A woman gonna have a flipping mood swing. Flip it. You gonna deal with it and ignore it. Sometimes I entertain it, and sometimes, man, flip that junk. Figure it to flip out. That's what's wrong with a lot of y'all, right there. You coddle your doggone woman, and the world don't coddle your doggone woman. You get your broke behind up every day and go work for the man, slaving away, providing for your family, and you have created a soft life for your significant other, and they still doggone complain. That's what a bunch of women. Look, a woman gonna complain if she taking her behind to work every day, and she gonna complain if she's sitting at the doggone house every day. Whoop-dee-doo. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. Look, I'm gonna tell you, the day I realized, man, you gotta ignore some of this stuff. I'm gonna tell you the day I realized, man, you gotta ignore some of this stuff. My wife had a baby, right? And being an OBGYN doctor, I was like, man, they gotta deal with a lot of stuff. A lot of women's emotions, because you can call the type of doctor my wife had, you can like text in a little question or a problem, or you could call one of the receptionists. That's the way he had his set up. And my wife would be calling these folks. Yeah, this going on, that. I'm like, dang. I said, man, he dealing with this time 100. And I remember, right? Because when my wife used to come to me with these gripes, not gripes, but hey, you know, I'm feeling this. So I started Googling stuff, trying to see what it is I can go buy to help her feel. Oh no, I can't take that because when you're pregnant, you can't take this. And I remember after she had the baby, she done pushed out the baby, everything settled down. She called the doctor back in the room. The OBGYN guy come back in the room. No, it wasn't the OBGYN. Was it the OBG? Yeah, I think it was the OBGYN or something. And this is what my wife had told the doctor. She was like, you know, he come back, check on, hey, how's everything? You know, my baby's looking good. She said, I don't know what it just feels like I still have to push. They said, you still have to push? She said, it just feels like, I don't know, it just feel like, I don't know. I still, like, you know, it just feel like I have to push it. It's just, I said, okay, still have to push. And he just looked at her. And then she was just like, I don't know, maybe something else. I said, man, that's how you're not bothered by nothing. You just kind of let it go in one ear and out the other to a certain extent. I said, dang. Now, if I was the OBGYN, by me not knowing no better, I feel like I still had to push. Oh, man, well, hey, get this nurse. Okay, what's wrong? This, do we need to run some tests or no? No. And then I said, man, that's how it works. So I remember I said, man, I'm gonna try it. So I remember eating leftovers one day. Not leftovers. I was eating a sandwich. It was some lunch meat. I had made a sandwich, set in the fridge, and I ended up coming back to finish the sandwich. Because I ended up making the sandwich, baby started crying, I had to do something with the baby, and I ended up forgetting that my sandwich was in the fridge. Like 45 minutes later, I went back and finished the sandwich. And I remember my wife was saying, I haven't even eaten. She said, I haven't ate yet. I said, what you want to eat? I don't know. And I left it at that. I don't know. I said, what you want to eat? I don't know. I ain't say nothing. But the old me would have been like, what you want to eat? I don't know. I mean, you want me to go get you something? You want fast food? You want me to make something? You want me to cook something? She said she don't know, man. That's what I would have done in the beginning. I mean, so you have to understand, you have to learn how to deal with your woman, man. You have to learn how to deal with your woman. That's the best advice I can give that dude. You got to learn how to deal with your woman. Like, you got to learn how to deal with your woman. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. Like, you have to understand. Like, my woman understand I start getting in a crabby mood when I ain't had cobbler in a while. If I ain't had no cobbler, about 3-4 days I ain't had no cobbler, he in a crabby mood, I know what he needs. And that's pretty much it. You have to understand and learn how to deal with your woman.